Oh my goodness, that's twice I tried to get a good clap to start the stream and it just did not click very well. But good afternoon. It is Monday the night, yeah, Monday, March 9th. And I've got a couple things I'm gonna try to stream here. So number one is the Super Mario Galaxy Direct. So let's go ahead and get the screen scared. The screen shared. I swear I actually know how to talk. But here we go. This should be starting in about 10 minutes or so. And then after that, we're going to jump over and I'm finally going to do the Ding Dang sprites from Gen 5. So, well, I've got about 10 minutes. I'm just going to talk about Pokemon for a little bit. So, number one, I guess what I want to do is go ahead and set my ground rules for the Unova. Actually, let me share my screen over there real quick. So, okay, let's see if I figure out how to do this. No, that's not what I want to edit. I stop sharing my screen, and now I want to share this part of the screen. Yeah, okay. So, ground rule number one, Rotom Fan is the worst Pokemon of all time. I understand being a flying type and being immune. Not everyone is built for Earthquake. And I understand that there are some Mons who experienced Earthquake. I'm looking at Weezing, I'm looking at Gengar, and after dealing with Earthquake for a couple gens, said they weren't about that life anymore, and then they got Levitate. They were cowards. Rotom Fan is a flying type with Levitate, making it 4 times immune to ground, but 2 times weak to Thousand Arrows. This Pokemon is a heretic. It is a coward. It is an affront to nature. And thank Arceus that Zygarde exists to put it in its place. I could not finish that bit with a straight face. There was like a month ago, I learned that Rotom Fan was actually 4 times immune to ground, 8 times immune if you slap an air balloon on it. I thought it was the place. I don't know. I think it has Maggot Rise, so you can make it like 16 times immune, I guess, if you really want to keep stacking ground immunities. And it cracks me up. But actual ground rules that matter is number one, this is, as I say every time, this is not a ranking of how much I like the Pokemon itself. It's just how much do I like the sprites. Although, if I like a Pokemon, I might be kinder to its sprites than otherwise. Is my bias going to show through? Probably. But I am not ranking the Mons themselves. Ground rule number 2, which is really important for this video, if you will notice, these are just the Unova Mons. I don't have anyone from Gens 1 through 5. Because I was looking at the Unova sprites, and what I realized was basically every single sprite I saw, whether it was a Gen 1 Pokemon, a Johto Pokemon, Hoenn, Sinnoh, I don't know why I said Gen 1 and then just went by region, but all of them are sprites that I saw somewhere in Gen 4. Some were the Diamond sprites, some were the Platinum sprites, some were like the Heart Gold sprites. Like, I recognize all of these. These are the ones that I know are new. So to be completely honest, it's like I don't want to rank like, gosh, how many is it at this point? I think Arceus is 483, and I think this added another 150. So that's what, like 720 or so. I don't want to rank 720 sprites when 483 of them are things I've already looked at and ranked. I would rather just do the 150 new ones. So those are the ground rules. That's Unova. I also, because none of these are going to be recurring, these are all new Mons, and it's the same sprite throughout Unova. There's no need for a Ditto tier until we get like down here where it's the same sprites for some of these. Like Keldeo actually has different forms. Like the genies definitely have different forms, but this is the same thing for all of Genesect. So I'm really probably just going to rank one Genesect, not even bother the Ditto tier. But those are going to be my ground rules for after the Mario Direct is done. So now I'm going to go ahead and share my screen back to that. Excuse me, because that should be relatively very soonish. So when it comes to this, There was I don't remember what country this was, but I think it was somewhere in South America. There was a leak that had said it was some kind of press release that was something along the lines of Bowser Jr. is teaming up with Wario. I saw that and I got really hyped and really excited because number one, like it's freaking Wario. Like that's a fun character. Like I can't wait to see Wario in one of these movies. But also just the idea of Wario and Bowser Jr. is such a bizarre team up that I remember I was talking to my buddy Wyatt about it because he first told me the leak, and I was like, Bowser Jr. and Wario is the team up I didn't know I needed until it was teased to me. And then I think it was not too long ago there was another leak. And I think Wyatt had sent me, and he's like, dude, like there's another Wario hint. And once again, it was like, Bowser Jr. is teaming up with Wario and blah blah blah. Like, ooh, that gets me hyped, that gets me excited. Like that's multiple things building up to this character. Let's go, let's go. However, let's see if full screen and make this easier to see. But if you look right there, oh, it cuts off my face, which I don't know, maybe you prefer. But right here, that's not Wario, that's King Wart from Super Mario Brothers 2, right next to Birdo, and I don't know. I think I've heard this thing is called Mauser, but I just realized that Mike Wazowski Luigi by doing that. My bad, Luigi, my bad. But and to my point, King Wart is going to be in the movie, which is kind of neat. Like I dead ass don't think he's been in anything since Super Mario Bros. 2. Maybe there was something that he made a cameo in. Was he in like the Super Mario Bros. Show? He might have been. I don't know if I ever actually watched that. Well, my point is, they are giving a spotlight to an old classic, oft forgotten character, and I think that's really neat. However, it does make me think, oh, so all those things about Bowser Jr. teaming up with Wario was probably teaming up with Wart, and they saw like Wart's name and forgot he existed and thought, huh, well, that has the WAR from Wario. That's probably the character that they mean, so let's just do that. Or like they didn't like they saw I don't know if people like have seen the movie and that's where some of these like this information came from. So maybe they like heard the name Wart and were like, well, that's doesn't sound like Wario, but I don't know anyone else in the series like named that, and I don't know. Wart's kind of a gross sounding word. Wario's a gross sounding too. They're probably just the same character. So I am now assuming that, barring like an end credit scene, that Wario is not in the film, and that it is probably just King Wart. I think I'm also gonna unmean it so that way we can actually see more of it about Mike Wazowski and Luigi. But so, yeah, just to finish that point that I kind of already finished is I don't expect Wario to be in the movie anymore. I am not expecting to see him here in the trailer. I'll get really excited if that happens, but I am now expecting confirmation that it's Bowser Jr. teaming up with Wart, which is something that just kind of inherently makes more sense to me. Oh, I don't know what that was. Um, sorry, I got distracted. My phone went off for a second. Here, I'm actually gonna mute the ringer, and I'm gonna put it not quite on airplane, but I am gonna put it on power saving. I think that's the play for now. Cool. So we'll mess with some of that later. Um, however, like I was, I don't think Wario's gonna be in the main movie. I don't think he's gonna be in the direct. I would not be surprised if a post-credit scene for this movie, because I assume it's gonna do well and make a lot of money. The first one certainly did. They'll probably go ahead and tease a third one, and I'm hoping the end credit scene is Wario and Waluigi. Like if we just see like their hats at the very end, that would be a perfect teaser trailer for the third film. Okay, it is now 4 o'clock, so it should be good. We should be getting this started anytime soon. Let me try moving ahead just a bit, see if that did anything. It did not. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know if there's been any past week for who's getting the vote. We might get that in the trailer here. For the person I want to play Wario is most certainly Danny DeVito. Although, like, Charles Martinet just
Happy Mario
for
Day.
the film, I think.
Happy Mario Day.
Happy Mario Day!
Oh, right, 310.
Happy Mario Day,
tomorrow,
everyone.
The
it
Super
is
Mario
tomorrow in
Galaxy
Japan, so
movie
like
is
I'm
almost here, and this feels like the right moment to share what's next with the Mario Brothers.
Emphasis on brothers. This time, they're side by side for the whole adventure.
That's right, traveling the galaxy and taking down the bad guys together as brothers.
And in that spirit, why don't you introduce the trailer?
Ah, okay, thank you. Well, it is Mario Day, though. Okay, you do it. You do it.
Oh. How about this? We'll do it at the same time.
Together.
3, 2, 1. Let's go!
All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
There's a huge universe out there.
Oh, that's kind of quiet.
With a lot of galaxies.
We still have not played Galaxy 2. Verdict's phenomenal. I have not played Galaxy 2, but I love Mario Galaxy. I love that
We gotta
thing
get everyone
so much.
out of here. Go, go, go!
Me.
The movie could have had a very dark start, almost like Paper Mario. Okay, Junior.
I demand that you release my father.
Over my dead body.
Fine with me.
Neat. I don't think I've ever seen that form with Junior. Like him actually using the paintbrush on himself. I mean, he used it on himself to turn into Shadow Mario, but I don't know if I've ever seen like a Shadow Bowser Jr. It was in like the earlier trailers, but I don't know if that's ever been in a game.
My Koopas! Your king has returned!
Long live the king!
The Bowser name shall be feared once more! Oh no!
Honestly, I kind of like the Bowser Jr. voice.
Everyone calm down.
Toad, pack our things.
Let's go.
Oh, princess, you're going to regret that.
There he is. Hello. Oh. That's right, because I think we've seen Baby Mario in a trailer before, and we've also seen the, like, Odyssey T-Rex.
Hello, maggots.
He gave the Luma for the first movie.
Hello everyone,
I'm glad
I'm
that
Shigeru
Princess
Miyamoto.
Luma's coming back.
March 10th is Mario Day.
Okay,
And every
so
year, many people from around the world talk about it.
it's Galaxy,
Thank
but
you
Junior
for
and the
supporting
Paintbrush
Mario
for
and
Sunshine.
friends.
And also,
And thanks
it
so
looks like
much
the
to the
T-Rex
cast
from
as well.
Odyssey.
What did you think of the final trailer
So
for
I
the
don't know. is there
Super
gonna be-
Mario
I don't know if there's
Galaxy
gonna be stuff
movie?
from 64. I mean,
And
I
what
guess
kind of
Peach's
story
Castle
do you
is
think it'll
generally
be this
64
time?
vibes, but
Things happen one after another without a chance to catch your breath. A lot of nostalgic characters also make an appearance,
like King
so
Wood.
we hope you go to the theater and spot them all. Since September of last year, we've been undertaking various initiatives for the Super Mario Bros. 40th anniversary. This movie will be the centerpiece of the anniversary. We hope you enjoy Mario and Friends' new
And isn't
adventure on the
it's
big
like the
screen.
40th anniversary for Zelda 2.
Okay, I'll hand things back over to the cast
'Cause
members.
I don't think they've announced anything.
Happy
yet
Mario
for the
Day,
Zelda
everybody.
anniversary.
I just watched the finished movie in its final stages. I need you to hear this from me directly. This movie is huge. It's galactic. The worlds are way bigger than I ever imagined they could be. And at a certain point, I honestly thought,
I like his shirt.
I might be losing my mind right now. The visuals in this film are genuinely spectacular. Beyond the variety of planets, Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush adds a whole new layer of imagination.
Between Jack Black losing his mind,
and underneath all the villainy,
just like, yeah, like
he's just a kid trying to prove himself, trying to find his dad and live up to something bigger than him.
Bowser Jr. is just a good boy.
Princesses have always played an important role in the Mario universe.
They bring strength, heart, and emotion to the story.
And I'm so excited to be sharing this adventure with another princess, the voice of Rosalina, Brie Larson. Hi, everyone.
Sorry,
being part of a Nintendo Direct, this is a huge moment for
Mario,
me.
I
watch
immediately just
these.
thought of like Toadette
play
and
all of these
Peach. I
games
was
my
like, what are
entire
the
life.
odds?
Super Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite
so
games, so
sad.
getting to play Rosalina has been incredibly special.
Oh my gosh,
I cannot wait for you to experience this film on the big screen. You are the best fans in the world. I am so grateful for your support.
Maybe in the
and,
Wario
let's play more
Waluigi
games.
movie, Mario have to team up with
Thanks, Brie. Now you've met many of the voices bringing our
We're gonna meet the
world to
voice of
life.
King Wart.
And in today's trailer, you heard from the Great Wart, voiced by the acclaimed Louise Guzman. And they're characters you haven't met yet, including the imposing ruler of the Honey Hive Galaxy, Honey Queen, voiced by the brilliant Issa Rae. Oh, and Yoshi. Since he appeared in our recent trailer, many of you have wondered who's voicing the character. So there is this incredibly talented actor who also happens to be a Nintendo superfan. And I'm excited to share with you today that the voice of Yoshi is Donald Glover.
Oh my gosh, that's sick as hell.
Now, there's plenty more to discover when you see the film
Sorry, I
in
was just
theaters.
checking. I was like, do
some
I know
big surprises
Issa Rae or
and
anything that
some
she's
very
been in?
small.
It's like she wasn't Barbie.
And I
That's
want to
something
wish you
would
all
recognize
a
her little
happy
bit
Mario
from, but-
Day.
Dude,
And back to you, Miyamoto-san.
Donald Glover is Yoshi.
Thank you, Krista. Next month, the Super Mario Galaxy movie will finally release worldwide. For its release, we're preparing various content for the movie in the smart device app, Nintendo Today.
Speaking of Donald Glover and Nintendo,
Every day, starting
one
March
of
10th,
my
when you
favorite
open
memes
the
that I've
app,
probably
you can
ever
receive a
seen
digital
is, like, a
collectible
segment
card
of the
based
This
on
Is
the movie.
America video. But
As it's the
it's
40th
playing,
anniversary,
like,
there
one
are
of the
40
encounter
cards
themes
total,
from Earthbound,
so
like,
try collecting them all.
It's like the childish Gambino
Also,
would like
if you check in at the theater with the Nintendo Today app, you can get digital wallpapers like these and take pictures with digital photo frames. Okay, it won't be long until the movie releases. I hope you'll go to the theater with your family and friends and cheer for Mario's team.
Okay. I'm assuming that's pretty nothing crazy, just confirmed. Wart is in the movie. Honestly, I think Louis is gonna be a pretty fun voice for that. Donald Glover is Yoshi. I'm definitely excited for that. Like, I figure he's just gonna be making like Yoshi noises the entire time, but just out of nowhere, just hear Donald Glover's voice coming out of Yoshi would actually be impeccable. But that was neat. That was fun. Now, let's go over them ding dang Gen 5 mons. Okay, I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So let's start with Victini. Okay, that's just gonna go straight in us. I said it earlier. This is not a ranking of the Pokemon. This is a ranking of the sprites themselves. But let me be honest, y'all. Victini is genuinely one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I would say there's arguments I could make for other mythicals being my favorite. I think Mew has probably the strongest of those arguments. It's a very iconic Pokemon. You know, I remember like actually being on the playground, like talking to people about the game and hearing about the truck theory. And my friend had this thing called a Brain Boy, which like a Game Shark for the Game Boy. And we actually like hacked it so that we had surf and strength, so that we were able to like surf the water around the SN. We're able to get onto that area and use strength on that boulder on that truck. And that did not move. There was no Mew under that truck. And I was so gutted. Little did I know about the actual in-game glitch or multiple glitches you could do to get yourself a Mew. But I also had Mew and Soul Silver. It was like a genuine party member and like key component of my team. And that was super cool. So I will always be very partial to Mew. But look at this little guy. Look at all that. Like, this is just a little guy. You've got the victory sign. It looks cute as heck. There's so much energy in this. It's a Pokemon I love, and I think the sprite does a good job with it too. I'm just going to keep it an S. Okay, so now we've got the Smugleaf family. So I think there's a lot of personality in this sprite, and it's something I really like about Snivy in particular. Is I remember when the starters were first revealed, the name Smugleaf, just because of like just the way that Snivy looked. Like, it always kind of looked like it was judging you and looking down on you. And with a name like Superior for the final form, I think that's really fitting. I think you definitely get that. You really do see it in like, the nose tilted upwards, the eyes looking down. I don't like it quite as much as Victini, but I think it's like a solid A. Servine, I think it's just a good looking sprite. It is just a dude standing there, which tend to not be my favorites. I tend to think those look really boring for a sprite. But I think the angle and like the way it's looking at this, like standing at its side, it's kind of got something for me. It's not amazing, but I think for now we'll make it a B. And as we go, if I start adding A pluses and A minuses like I have throughout all of these, some of these might get adjusted. Superior, I like it a lot. So much. Speaking of adding, like calling audibles, this is at least an A plus. I think what I really love about Superior is I really like how regal it looks. Also, it's a snack. And if you've watched any of these other ones, number one, thank you for doing so. But number two, you would know I just tend to really like snake Pokemon, and I just really love it when I really love it when their anatomy is used. Like they're coiled up, or like they've kind of got these weird angles. This is not a super crazy angle, but I love just seeing the whole body. Like, it looks very long and cool, but it looks very elegant. With the way it's got a collar and it's looking down. So it still has the Snivy energy, but feels like less of a little brat and just more of this refined noble. And I think that looks really cool, and the sprite gets that across. Tepig, I'm not gonna lie, it's cute. It's just kind of sitting there, but it looks cute. It looks adorable. I don't think it has as much personality as Snivy, so I'm gonna make an A minus for Tepig. Let's try that again. Okay. So this is my proof that I am ranking the sprite and not just the Pokemon themselves, because I'm going to rate Pignites really high. Pignite is not a Pokemon I like. I genuinely, trying to say generally and genuinely at the same time, consider Pignite to be one of my most hated Pokemon ever. I don't like the way it looks. I think it looks like weird and awkward and kind of gross. And I get it. Like, it's a middle evolution that's going through puberty. It kind of makes sense in its own way. But there's just something about, like, I don't know where the head ends and the neck starts that I just don't like, and it really throws me off. But this was the third generation in a row with a firefighting starter, and the first time was Blaziken, and that was neat, and the second time was Infernape, which I personally like more than Blaziken. And then the third time in a row, I was like, dude, like, you know what people say now whenever they're like, dude, please stay on all fours, please stay on all fours. This was how I felt with Tepig, because I was so excited to see like this giant boar with these flaming tusks, or like, I don't know, maybe like dynamite in the tusks, or like a tail that had a bomb and was ready to explode, or maybe the tail was just a giant fireball. And then to see this just awkward looking thing, man, I was so mad. And I won't lie, I think Embor's cool looking, like this big sumo wrestler, like terracotta soldier. It's neat. But I've never like really allowed myself to like it. And I blame Pignite more than I blame Embor. But honestly, I think this is a really good sprite. Like, it's sitting there, it's flexing. It reminds me a lot of Machop and Machoke sprites, and those have consistently throughout the series been really elite, which kind of surprised me. I hadn't realized just how good their sprites were. I hate this Pokemon, but this is a really good sprite. This is a dude just standing there. He looks pretty menacing, and I'll give him that. Like, the hands, he looks like he's kind of squaring up a bit, but I don't love it. So I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna give him a C plus. I'm gonna give him a C plus. But oops. But I think it's kind of boring. Okay, Oshawott, how we doing here? Quick tangent, which there's going to be a lot of those. I just kind of went on one was about how Pignite's one of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. Oshawott is the first time in series history I deviated from my norm. First time I played Pokemon, I picked Bulbasaur. First time I played GSC, Chikorita. Gen 3 was Trico. Gen 4 was Turtwig. I was always going grass, and I really like Snivy. This is nothing against Snivy, but I love otters. And I looked at Oshawott and was like, okay, for the first time ever, I'm picking water first. Sprite is okay. I think it's the face. Like, I think if it had just like a big energetic smile, I would love this. It would be right next to Victini, but this like little awkward face, I'm not crazy about it. But look, I went anti-bias to rate Pignite high. You could give me Oshawott, man. You could give me at least an A- for Oshawott. Please. Samurai is also just kind of like a dude sitting here. But I mean, the head turned up is kind of cool. I'm going to be honest. As much as I love Oshawott, I've always thought Samurai was kind of weird. Like, I like the idea of like all the... Let me put it like this. I wanted Tepig to stay on all fours, and when it went on two legs, I didn't think it worked. I wanted Oshawott to stay on two legs the whole time, and so then when it went to all fours, I thought it was really weird. If Samurott was standing up, and so you've got like all of these swords on its body, I would probably think it looks really cool. It almost looks like it's sort of supposed to, and it just doesn't. And so even the helmet, like, it looks like it's supposed to be like a cool samurai helmet, but it just looks awkward. Oh no, man. It's kind of... To be fair, I kind of like the sprite. I just don't love the design. And I skipped over Duat because this is genuinely one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Duat is my favorite middle evolution of any starter. And I really like this sprite for it too. Like the mouth open, it looks like it's kind of talking shit. I like that it's got one of its hands. It looks like near one of its shells, like it's about to draw its blade. That looks so cool. I think the only thing cooler was like if it had its arms crossed, not just like being, angsty and opposite, like crosses it like it's about to draw both swords. That would have been like S+ tier, but I think it looks good. This is great. I don't know if I want to quite put... Actually, I do. There's so much personality in Watchhog. No. This is Watchhog. This is Patrat, I think. But I just love that. Like, it's looking around, whether it's on the hunt for predators, it's on the hunt for prey. I just think that's really cool and really fun. Watchhogs, I like slightly less. But I will say, even though it's just a dude standing, there's kind of something to it. Like, it's not just standing there. Like, I like how rigid it is, like the arms crossed, the tail alert. I like that it seems like it is something that is alert, which very much fits its name. I think that's super neat. I'm going to give it, I want to give it a B+, but I actually think that's a little unfair. You know what? I'm going to put Servine in B+, and keep Samurott in B. We're going to do that real lickety split here. But I'm actually going to move this up. I think it's actually a little bit better. Okay, that's cool. Let's go. Okay, this is what I mean with just the dude standing. Lillipup, it's a very cute Pokemon, but this is boring. It's just sitting there, not really doing much. Herdier, very similar. It's just a dog sitting there. It looks like a good boy, but it's not doing anything. I don't know. I really like Stoutland's mustache. I just think it looks kind of neat, and I really like the way it's flowing. I'm gonna give it like a B plus. It is just kind of standing there, but its extra features are doing a lot for me. And you know what? I'm gonna say the same for Embor, because I do actually really like how the fire looks. It looks pretty sick. Okay. I like Purloin. I like Purloin's sprite. I like this kind of the way it's sitting, its pose, the slight angle. Like it looks like it's judging me in the way that Snivy kind of judges me, and I think that's fun. I don't know if I want to put it all the way in A though, because I don't think it's as good as Watchhog, but I don't think Watchhog's as good as these. So I think I'm gonna put it in A minus. Lipard. I don't know. Lipard kind of just has dude sitting there energy, but there's a slight angle. I want to put it in like B minus. So we're gonna make a B minus for this Lipard sprite. Okay. Look at this. Mouth open, hand extended, that it's making a face, it's making a pose. It actually looks super neat. I really like Pan Sage. Okay, so Pan and then Simi. Look, he's giving me a thumbs up. That's an A plus sprite. That if I liked Simi Sage's face more, and this is my bias getting in there a little bit. It's like if I liked the face a little bit more, this would probably be S tier. Like it's got a pose going on. There's a lot of personality here. I just don't love the look of the thing. But okay. Pan and Simi Seer? Okay, hold on a second. Am I just now realizing like what the monkeys represent? Like see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil? Because your eyes are closed. So I would assume that's see no evil. And I can see Simi Seer or Pan Seer like messing around with its ear. So that would be hear no evil. But I don't know. Pan Sage has its mouth open, so it's speak no evil. That doesn't really work though. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't quite fit, but Panseer's got a little bit of a pose going on here. It's not amazing, but it's solid. Dude, Simi Seer is doing nothing. And I just don't like the way it looks. I'm sorry. No, it's kind of got something weird, but I don't know. It feels like it's doing something, but I don't really know what it's doing, and I don't know if I like what it's doing. I don't know. I feel like it's trying to do something rather than just stand. Like Semi-Poor is waving. That's fun. That's cute. Yeah, I'll put you in like A minus for giving me something. And this one's almost doing something. I don't think Panpour is as interesting, but I like the expression. I like the smile, so I'll give it a B plus. Munna is just sitting there. Munna ain't doing nothing. Munna doing a whole lot of nana. That was so stupid, but it made me laugh. I like Marshana a lot. Is it doing a whole lot? No, but I really just like how the mist looks. There are some wheezing sprites. I think it was Gen 2 wheezing. That's some elite freaking sprites. And this is not quite to that level, which feels weird to say in Gen 5, where they look a lot crisper. But I feel like the personality isn't here as much, but it looks quite good. So I want to give this also a B minus. No, not you. You. All right, birds. I'm going to be honest, man. These birds are all just sitting here. I don't think P-Dove is doing anything, but it kind of looks cute. So does Lillipup. I'll at least put Lillipup up there. You're not doing anything and you're kind of gross. You're not doing anything. You're kind of gross. At least Tranquil's giving me a little bit of something with the angle. I actually kind of like the angle a lot. You're going to go into B plus on that. No, it's A minus. I don't know. Just that slight weird head tilt. It's doing a lot for me. And then, yeah, gosh, I don't like Unpheasant or Unpheasant. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce it. I think Unpheasant because it sounds like unpleasant, which fits this thing because I just think it's ugly and boring, man. And the sprite's not doing anything. Blitzel's also not really doing anything, and neither is Zebstrika. They just get to go here. Okay, Roggenrola. I mean, it's also not doing anything, but I had one on my team. I'm a little partial to it. I'll move it up slightly, but yeah. Boldor and Gigalith also aren't really doing much for me. They're just kind of sitting there. But Gigalith's cool, man. I'm gonna put him next to Emboar. Just that same, like, it's not doing a lot in the sprite. But this is a Pokemon I really like, and I do really like the colors. And you know what? I'm gonna move you up as well, because I do really like the color work on these two. Okay, it's Swoobat Woobat, I think. Maybe it's no, Woobat Swoobat. I think that's right. I don't know. There's like a little bit of a smile. There's like kind of something for the expressions. It's not a whole lot. B minus? I think B minus feels about right. That's an S tier sprite. If there's one thing that I think has been relatively consistent throughout these videos, if I see a Pokemon celebrating a field goal or a touchdown, I'm gonna rate it high. It's an expression, it's a pose, there's some energy. I think it's neat. Excadrill is one that's just kind of sitting there not doing much, but it looks cool, and I think the colors look cool. I really like the red across the chest, which you see it in Drillbur, like it's blue and then it turns red, kind of looks like, I feel like it's supposed to be rust. It looks like blood. And just having a Pokemon, like, I don't know how well you can see my Pikachu shirt, but one of the things I really love about this shirt is here on the tail, there's these like red markings on it. And I've had this shirt for quite a while. So at this point, it kind of like it's on the actual Pikachu body as well. So it looks like, oh, okay, the color's kind of faded a bit, the design's fading a bit. It's just like the red color of the shirt coming in. But when I first got it, no, it was just like Pikachu looked clean. It was just the tail. And I think I saw the shirt in other colors, and I think it still had that red on it. I was like, dude, it just looks like Pikachu has blood on his tail. That is so freaking cool. And so I'm gonna rate it a little bit higher than I maybe should for that alone. So there's a song by Alanis Morissette called You Oughta Know. And it is about a woman who has been dumped in favor of someone else and her not handling that very well. And it's a song about like her anger and her rage about being replaced. And the chorus ends with her going, you oughta know. And every time I hear it, I think of this freaking Pokemon because I just think, you oughta know. And it's so dumb. And I think of it every freaking time. And I had to share it. It's cute. You know what? I put it in A there just because I wanted to put it on the screen. It's actually a really good sprite. Like, it's adorable. It's not doing a whole lot. I should maybe put it in A minus, but you know what? For the you oughta know story, I'm just gonna put it in A. I know it's gonna stop me. Look, man, this whole line is just A plus, except Girder. Girder's S tier. You got that shit-eating grin. I love the way he's just holding his log. I like the little angle. This is a really good sprite. Honestly, I should put them both up here. I think I will. I think these are both S tier sprites. I think Girder looks awesome. It's such a silly name because like my buddy Church would just go, it's Girder. And so every time I see this thing, that's how I gotta say it. It's Girder. And I love his clown nose, dude. And his like weird hair. Like I don't know why Girder looks like a clown, but it low-key kind of does. And then Cockleber's also got the clown nose. And he kind of reminds me, I think, of Jumba from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there, but you know, the big ass like Stonehenge slabs, I think they're really cool. And it's like, to me, just like, I feel how strong this thing is just from looking at the sprite. I'm gonna rate it high. I think it's neat, man. Temple, you're just kind of sitting there, my guy. You're not doing a whole lot. You're like B minus. Like it's kind of cute, but it's fine. I don't know. I don't know what I think of Palpitoad. Like he's just kind of sitting there, but I like his face. Like I like his little smile. I think it's kind of fun. Like I low-key kind of like him. Yeah, I think this tier is just gonna be Pokemon that aren't doing a whole lot, but they look cool. So I'm just gonna put them in like one tier. And if they're doing a little bit more, I can move them up. And I don't know, Seismitoad's almost got something going on, but I kind of like it next to Excadrill and Gigalith. It kind of works. Stock and Throw got to be higher, though. Because they got some poses. Which one is which? I mean, you look like you're doing judo, so I assume this one was Throw, and I think this one then is Sock. I don't know. I kind of like them. They've got something going on. I'll put them in A for that. And I feel like if that's the case, I got to move Autono down. And I think Tranquil's moving up again. I think I like that. These are ones that aren't doing a whole lot, but they're really cute. And these have a little bit more going on to me. I know Snivy's not a whole lot, but the expression still does a lot for me. Swaddle's just cute. It's not a whole lot going on, but I like it. Swadloon, it's not doing a lot, but I don't know. I like it. And I think it's just, I really like the design of this thing. I like the color a lot. Just the way it's kind of wrapped. I don't know. I like it. You get to be with the cool guys who are doing a whole lot. I know one of these isn't quite like the others, but you know what? Swadloon is their boy. And Lavani, I mean, Lavani's not doing a lot either. But again, I really like the coloring and the texturing on it. I think it looks really good. Not Venipede. You at least get to go right next to Swadloon. Okay. You want to talk about me really liking the colors on a Pokemon, man? I just really like Venipede. I love this thing's colors. I love its chunky just design. Pokemon I'm actually really fond of. Because I remember when I first played Unova, I had just a lot of Pokemon I was rotating in and out because I really liked the new cast. And I think I got up to Scolipede, used it for a bit, and then I just benched it. But when I was playing Pokemon Za, I had a Mega Scopo in my party because I had an Alpha Whirlipede. Whirlipede's not really doing a whole lot, but the color is pretty sick. I'll at least put it in B. Keeping the decks. You know what? I almost want to move this thing up, but I'm going to keep him next to Seismitoad. I don't know. I like my headcanon that you've got all these like really cool, strong looking dudes, and then Swadloon, you're like, no, yeah, that's our boy. You don't mess with our boy. But yeah, I had an Alpha Whirlipede, and I thought that was neat, and then just a giant Scopo. I really like this thing, man. And again, the color just does a lot for me. I think it looks really cool. Hotney and Whimsicott. Hotney's like fine, but I like the coloring on it. I really like the coloring on Whimsicott. There is a bit of an expression here too. There's kind of a pose. I actually like this thing a lot. You know, I think the color and the expression are going to put it up here. And I like the horns. I actually really like Whimsicott. Okay, Petalil. It's really not doing a lot. But it's cute. So I'm going to put it next to I feel like this should just go wherever Cottony goes. Lilligant, though, it is mid-dance. I don't think it's as good as these. Maybe just in terms of the coloring. But I think I'm going to keep her there. I like her there. The fish is not doing much, but I don't know. This one's like kind of giving me some I hate you and I can't wait to eat you energy. You're going to get a B+ for that alone, but you're just sitting there boring, so you're going to go next to those two. It's not a crazy difference, but apparently it was enough for me. Okay. So, oh gosh, what are your names? Crocodile, Crocorock, and Sandile? Is that it? Like, I want to say Salandit, and I know that's wrong because that's the Gen 7 one that male Salandit is like male Combee. So I do want to say Sandile. I now have to check. I just want to make sure I got your name right, buddy. Yes, I was right. It's Sandile. And then Crocorock? Yeah, I was like, it's a weird looking name to me, but Salandit's not doing much. He is really just sitting there doing nothing. I'm sorry, man. The color's neat, but you're not doing a whole lot. Crocorock, though. You know, the crossed arms, looking to the side. Like, this is an angsty teenager. This gives me Charmeleon energy, and I actually really like that. You know, I am going to put you an A+, because you're giving me a lot. Crocodile. Honestly, Crocodile feels like it should be next to the boys. And I'm wondering if I rated some of these a little too high. I like that. I think that kind of works. Okay. Darumaka's giving me a lot. It's mid-marching, too. It's mid-march. It's got its arms out. It's smiling. This is just a little guy with just a little guy energy. This thing is weird. Like, Zenmo Darm. I like it. I like it a lot, and I can't really tell you why. It's just weird, but regular Darm is S tier. I love this thing's freaking grin. I love the giant gorilla arms. It just looks sick, dude. And the giant V for victory on its hair and its eyebrows. You're right. I think this is the best one so far. I could maybe put Victini next to it, and I think I will because of how much I love Victini. But this might be the best one so far. Maractus. You know, Maractus, I can see the mid-dance, like the head tilt, you know, one hand a little higher than the other, the whole Maraca thing. I can kind of see it, and I'm going to rate it a little higher because of that. I think that's kind of neat. Bubble and Crustle ain't doing a damn thing. I'm sorry, y'all. But the colors look really nice, but man, they ain't doing shit. Same for Scraggy and Scrafty. Man, I was hoping that Scrafty was going to be like a cool angled, like hands in the pockets or something. Scrafty looks so boring. At least going to put Scraggy like up here. Sigilith ain't doing... Dude, Sigilith is just such a weird looking Pokemon, man. I think it's supposed to be based off the Nazca lines, which is such a cool inspiration. It is weird, man. I kind of like it. I like the coloring a lot. Like, you're getting a B+ just because of how colorful it is. Yamask isn't doing much. I don't dislike it. I think it looks kind of neat. Confagrigus is looking kind of sick as hell. I love the hands in different directions. I love the giant, like, I don't think he's grinning at me, but he's got this kind of menacing face. I love the narrowed eyes. This is a really good spread. You know what? This is a really good spread. I'm gonna move Confagrigus and S. Okay. Oh, gosh, what are your names? Oh, no. I'm starting to lose the names of Pokemon, man. One is like Caracosta and one is Tortuga. Which one is which? I don't even know, man. I'm looking it up. Okay, yeah, Caracosta's the evolution. So Tortuga is this guy. I don't know, it's kind of cute. I'll give it like a B minus. I mean, he's kind of doing something. You get like a B plus, I guess. Uh, Look, I feel like it wants to be here with the other like cool dudes and Swaddle. Sorry, like Levani and Whirlipede are throwing me off being here. I think I gotta move them down. I'm gonna put Whirlipede in B plus though, just because the color is sick. This fits better. Just the boys. But I don't know. I don't even like Caracosta here. It doesn't have the same energy. And I know it's giving the exact same energy. I just don't think I like the way this thing looks. But I don't hate it. Like, it's fine. I don't know. It probably should just be here, so I guess we will. Just know you're not as cool as Swadloon. I can't explain it. You're just not. Maybe it's the double weakness. Okay, Archon and Archeops. I actually like Archon. I don't know. I like that it's waving at me, and I like its goofy little face. I think, I'm going to put you in A. I like C a lot. Archeops, though. This is hard. I don't know, because at first I was like, I don't know. There's something about it that looks kind of off to me. But it's also a bird, like, in mid-flight, which I really like. And I like that it's, the head's at kind of a weird angle, and it looks really aggro. The more I look at it, the more I really like this Sprite. So I am going to put it high. I didn't like it at first, but it grew on me a lot. Speaking of things I did not like that grew on me, it's a Garbator. Trubbish isn't doing much, but it's really cute. And that's not something I ever thought I would say about Trubbish. You're gonna go in B plus, Trubbish. Don't worry, I see you. No, it is cute though. But I don't know, something about the face is still kind of off. Look at this though. Look at his face. Look at him smiling. Or, he's opening his mouth because he's about to, like, eat me, and it's... Oh, gosh, I've just had a Brave Little Toaster flashback of the... I don't know, maybe that's why his mouth is open, but he's kind of doing that King K. Rool point. It just looks like a... Yeah, one of those, see? And, oh, gosh, I love this. You're going an S, buddy. This is a really good Sprite. I did not think Garbodor was going to be an S tier Sprite, but here we are. Zorua and Zoroark aren't giving me a lot, but I like them. This is a really cute Pokemon. This one looks aight. The color is pretty sick, but it's fine. There's a slight angle here. I kind of like it a lot. It's so adorable. No, not you. I mean, Gothita's cute, but I'll probably keep it there. It's cute, but I really like the scarf. The tail being used as a scarf is doing a lot for me. Oh my gosh, I'm just grabbing the wrong Pokemon every single time. Okay, Gothita. It's got a bit of an angle. It's cute. Gothorita? I don't know. It's less cute. It looks kind of... Actually, it kind of reminds me of Ashley from Wario. I think that's kind of neat. I'll give you a B minus for that. Gothitelle. I really like the design of it. But I think the sprite is just okay. Soloise? Something like that. It's not doing much. Oh my gosh, come on. You're not doing much. Duosion? Steady. Not doing a whole lot. Reuniqueless, though, has at least kind of got something going on. So, you know what? Reuniqueless gets to hang with the... Actually, I really like this. I like the woo. So you get to go there. Ducklet. I don't know. Psyduck's not doing much, y'all. But it's kind of derpy. It's kind of got a vacant, I don't know what's going on stare. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Why do I keep grabbing the wrong Pokemon every time, y'all? I'm so bad at this. This should be so simple. Come on, Swanna. Because here's the thing. Here's what's so funny to me. I used to really not like Swanna, and a lot of it was the sprite. Just the... like, I hated it. I just hated the way it looked. But there is so much character in this sprite. There is so much personality in this sprite. This is a genuinely goated sprite. And as much as I think the Pokemon looks kind of gross, I think the sprite rules. Ice cream. Okay, Vanillish actually looks really adorable. I'm gonna give it an A-. Vanillux? No. Vanillite? Vanillish? Vanillux. This one I'm not liking as much, but it's not... I'm gonna put it slightly below. Look at that smiling ice cream. Look at how happy it is to be eaten. I'm gonna give you an A+. I'm gonna give you an A+. I kind of likes you. This is just a personal thing. I was really hoping that in ZA we were going to get a Mega Vanillux, and I was hoping it would be the first ice poison Pokemon. And I really like that idea of... Well, number one, we just never had one, but excuse me, I was thinking like maybe we could just have like some sludge coming down as like, hey, I'm literally ice cream and things keep eating me. Or maybe even not a mega form, maybe it could be just like an alternate form where it's... This is an alternate version that is trying to not get eaten. So it has like what looks like chocolate syrup is actually just poison. I think would be kind of cool. Or alternatively, a fairy type. So you add sprinkles onto it. I mean, I guess you could have poison sprinkles as well. But you add sprinkles to it, make it a fairy type, and the like dex entry is basically, yeah, so it uses the sprinkles to look more attractive and more decadent, and that's how it works in Prey. Like, that'd be so cool. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, but there's always hope. Okay, Deerling ain't doing a damn thing. It is just sitting there. It's cute, it's neat, but it's just sitting there doing nothing. Sawsbuck, you're gonna go right next to it, buddy. You're not doing anything either, man. It looks cool, but it's just not doing much. Okay, Emolga's got a lot going on. That's a whole expression. That's a pose. There's a lot of personality here. What the hell? Hey, it's happening again. A+, S. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in S. I likes you. Okay. I'm gonna go slightly out of order because if we've got Carablast and Escavalier, which it's like Chevalier, so that's Escavalier, I guess would be how you'd also pronounce that. But I want to also rank it beside Shelmet and Excelgor. I just have to find Shelmet and Excelgor. Go. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to put them in B so I know where the heck they are. And I feel like I got to rank them together. It bothers me slightly that that the dex entries aren't next to each other because I think the evolution for this is so cool. If you don't know, Carablast and Shelmet only evolve by trading for each other. And when you trade them for each other specifically, the Shelmet becomes Excelgor and the Carablast becomes Escavalier. And the idea is that as they're trading, Carablast jumps into Shelmet's armor, becomes Escavalier, and then the injured Shelmet wraps its body up in bandages and becomes Excelgor. And I actually think that's super neat. It's super interesting. It is really cool. But alas, I am not rating the Mons themselves. I'm rating the sprites. This thing looks cool. I've always really liked how Excelgor looks. It just looks like a ninja. No, I'm actually trying to put you like here-ish. I like the angle. I like the weird, like almost S shape that the body's in. I like the scarf. I do like it. I am gonna put it in S. It's the scarf blowing in the wind that's really doing it for me. It looks so cool. Scavalier, I think looks solid. I think Escavalier like belongs here with the just cool boys that aren't really doing much of anything. But I do really like the little curling of the shell. It just looks like a cleft chin. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this dude a bit more and I'm realizing Cavalier kind of looks like Jay Leno. And I think that's really fun. Solid B for Jay Leno bug. I think these two look solid. You look like a little gremlin. I like you, and I don't know, you're just kind of chilling. You're not really doing too much. I don't know, I like you. I feel like you should be next to Carablast. Alternatively, Carablast should be higher because, you know, it beat you out of the shell and took your home. Okay, Among Us. Like, I don't know. Fungus is also just kind of sitting there, but it's kind of cute. Like, I really like Amoongus as a Pokemon, but the sprite's not doing a whole lot, but it gets to go with Swadloon and Blaze. Okay. Sorry, I really like King Jellyfish here in his Pringles mustache. The Pringles mustache does a lot for me. And I like King Jellicent more than female Jellicent, specifically because of the Pringle stash. But I think the collar does look really cool. Like, I'm gonna put you slightly below, but not that far below. And I think I definitely like female Frillish more because the smile is doing a lot for me. Male Frillish can go slightly below. I think that works. Alola Mola, I mean, she's kind of a blob not doing anything, which from what I understand is how it functions in competitive. So I don't know, the sprite fits, but it's kind of boring, but I don't know. I've always really liked the weird angle that this thing is at. It always makes me think of Love Disc. I'm like, Love Disc, how did Love Disc not... Yeah. How did Love Disc not evolve into this thing? But Unova, that's how Unova worked. Yellow Spider. Susan's favorite. I love Galvantula. Even before I made up Susan, who was obsessed with yellow and spiders, Galvantula was a Pokemon I really liked. The sprites for these two, I think, are fine. It's nothing too crazy. It's like solid, but I really like the Pokemon, so I'm just gonna put them in A. Or maybe cheat a little bit. I know your name. Ferroseed, that's it. I was like, it's Ferrothorn. I should be able to get the other one. Ferroseed's not doing a lot, but I really like all the spikes coming out. Like, the thing looks threatening. Ferrothorn looks cool, man. Like, it almost looks like it has a face and that it's glaring at you, and like the little seed pods coming out of the top. This thing looks super intimidating and hard to kill, which it's Ferrothorn that fits. I think that's really neat. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. There was a time where I know what I was saying earlier about how Pignite is genuinely one of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. This thing really used to be my least favorite, like, line of all time. Clang, clang, cling, clang. I hated the names. I hated the way it looked. I thought this thing was just super boring. It's like, look, I get it. This is your version of Magnemite, but I don't know, man. This is it. And I'll be honest, those like static sprites, like, these are Pokemon that look way better in motion than they do static. Like, static, these are kind of not great sprites. Like, they just don't look good to me. But I will admit, in motion, they look better. But biblically accurate Clink, I feel like I have to at least give it A. I've come around to this thing a lot, like, very, very recently. I actually think it's kind of a neat Pokemon. Okay. Dynamo, it's like a little cute thing that doesn't do much, but I likes it. What is it? It's like, I want to say like Electrike, but it's not that. That's a different Pokemon, but I feel like that's how it's spelled. Oh, I'm Googling it. It's like electric. Yeah, it is electric. It just doesn't have an E. And like, I don't know. I kind of hate its name. but I do think it looks cool. I think it looks kind of intimidating. I want to give it an A. I actually really like this thing. Can I just say how much I like seeing Electros look like this and not just the like this is Electros to me is like the exact reason why I will always prefer sprites over the 3D models, because the 3D models of the Mon just floating like an eel and like I get it. It has levitate. It has no ground weakness anymore. So of course it should be floating. But you know, just seeing this big, intimidating looking eel like this looks so much freaking cooler, man. I gotta put it an A plus. No, I'm gonna put it an S. I just really like how this thing looks. And like, look, you can like see his feet moving. Like, it looks so great, man. What is he? What are you? Beheem and like Elegem, I think. I don't know. It's not really doing much. You're kind of marching. Okay, now I'm trying to put you here. I'll put you in like A minus. You look like you're kind of marching and floating, and that's kind of neat. That's kind of fun. Okay. You got a bit of a smile on you, Litwick. I like that. Lampet's got a whole vibe, and I'm kind of all for it. You get to go an A. I'm going to put you an A for that. Chandelier is going to go with Swadloon and the boys, because it's a Pokemon I love. The colors look so sick. It's like, I really like Chandelier. It's just not doing a whole lot in the sprite, man. Axew's cute, but not doing much. Fracture's not that cute, but is kind of giving me something. So I'm going to put Fracture with the boys, because I like Haxorus a bit more, and I could not tell you like what Haxorus is doing differently. I just really like it. Pumpyu is like low-key one of my favorite Pokemon. It's one of those where, like, if I were to make a list of like my top 20, top 50 or so, like, I don't know if it would crack the list, but I've always had a soft spot for it. I don't think I've ever used it in game. Like, I just think it's so adorable. I don't know, like, what Gen 1 Pokemon is this supposed to be? I don't think it is. I think it's just Unova and Teddiursa. Like, this is Unova and Ursaring. That's for Ding Dang, sure. But it's the giant frickin' sorry, my brain completely forgot how to function. But it's just cute. I'm gonna put you an A plus because you're really cute. Beartick's like okay. I don't even get to put it with the boys. Like, I think it looks okay. Oh gosh, Criminal's nasty, but it's kind of neat. But it's nasty. Actually, I do think the sprite's cool. Like the face, it's so gross. I hate it, but I respect it. Speaking of growth, Stunfest. I'll put you like here. Okay, I actually really like these two a lot. You've got a whole pose going on, Mienfoo. Mienshao's got a bit of a pose. I like the way it's like kind of rubbing its hands together. Like this looks like a bit of a villainous weasel. I think that's super neat. I love how the hands kind of look like they're covered in like scarves and robes. I saw a meme about Druddigan a while back. Oh no, hold up. Let me just put you there for a second. But I saw a meme about Druddigan about how, dude, Druddigan looks like it came out of the womb 40 years old. Like, there's no baby form, there's no first form that evolved into this thing. It's just like level 1 first formed like that. I was like, dude, so is Pinsir. I kind of like it. You know what? I'll keep it an A. I kind of like how this thing looks. It's gross, but I dig it. Okay, Golurk. No, that's Golurk. That's Golett. Golette's kind of flexing. I like it. Golurk. That's right. Swadloon and the boy. I'm sorry, this here just gets so much better seeing all these like big Unga cool looking Pokemon with Swadloon almost right in the middle. Okay, Pawniard I think actually looks pretty cool. Bisharp also looks really cool, and King Gambit does not exist yet. Univentauros. I like that it's mid-charge. I'm gonna give it, oh gosh, it's one of the only episodes I've seen of the black and white anime is the Bouffalante, where like if you have a little afro, the Bouffalante thinks that you're one of its own, and like that's how they get past them in that episode. They all have to static up their hair, and it was really fun. I can't lie. I enjoyed that a lot. Rufflet's cute. Vullaby is kind of cute. No, I mean, that thing's cute too. It's just not doing much. I mean, there's at least a head tilt here. There's at least like kind of a pose here, but I'll tell you what, Lilliput. I'll let you stay here. I'll let you stay. If you have got the initiative to crawl up like that, I'll respect it. A Braviary just looks sick, dude. Because this is not just cool Pokemon standing there. This is a bird in mid-flight. This is a bird that looks like it's about to catch its prey. I'm gonna put it up here, actually, because it just looks that cool. Mandibuzz less cool, but still very cool. I do like the posing on this thing a lot. Eatmore is a Pokemon I tend to forget exists, but I actually think it looks kind of neat. I like the coloring a lot on it. Let me give you a B+ for that. I want to put this thing here because it terrifies me. Just a giant metal ant with those pincers, like, no siree, Bob. I hate this thing. It is terrifying. The sprite, though, with those giant mandibles, does a good job of convincing me why I'm terrified of it, and at least it's to go in B+. Okay. Dano, like, it's a little cutie, but it ain't doing too much. It's almost got a bit of a face. I've never known how to pronounce your name. Like, I think it's supposed to be like a play on like Zweihander, like Zweigelus. I don't know how to say your name, dude. Just for that alone, you get to go here. King Ghidorah looks so cool. I freaking love this thing. Okay, it's fitting that Mothra is right next because I'm like, let me talk about Godzilla for a second. So this is the generation that had that like Mecha Tyranitar fight. So that was Mecha Godzilla. This is clearly King Ghidorah. This is Mothra. And something I learned the other day because I was listening to Gen 5 music because I just wanted to listen to Gen 5 music. The start of Kyurem's theme is just the Godzilla theme. Like I straight up heard the that's crazy. It's just one of those like a few years ago I would have had no idea that like those were the same things, and now I'm like, no, like that's clearly just Godzilla's theme. It's sick as hell. Larvest is not doing a lot, but I love the coloring on this thing so much. I'm gonna break it up. You're not doing a whole lot either. I really like Volcarona, and I really like Mothra, but you get to go with Swadloon. You know what? Swadloon and the boy! And you know what? Let's be honest. Because of how much I've enjoyed this tier. Oh, sorry. Boom. Boom. Swadloon and the boy. I'm gonna put it below us. I think that's like the A+. I think that's fair, but Swadloon and the boys gets to be right here. There is no B tier anymore. Do I want to put the Musketeers with Swadloon and the boys? I think these are actually kind of okay. I don't love Copalion, but I should. Because like there's an angle, there's kind of an expression. So I'll tell you what. You get to go there. Terrakion, I like a bit more. And I like Verizon Wireless the most. So I'm going to do that. No, you get to go an actual A+. Honestly, I think Terrakion could go with Swadloon and the boys. That one fits for me. Okay. So I'm just going to rate the first forms of the genies together. Am I going to actually put them in the Swadloon tier? You know, I think I will. Because I like the incarnate form sprites a lot. And they're basically just the same sprite. But I really love the way that, like, the tail is curled. The expression. Like, these are actually really good. I almost want to put them in S. I think they're genuinely all at least A+. Which one's my favorite? I want to say Lando is my favorite. Because I like the texture here. Almost looks like a tentacle. And I think that's really sick. But I think Thunderous has my favorite color of all of them. So I think I want to put Thunderous in S. And the other two are going to be slightly ahead of Swadloon and the boys. But they've got the same energy. Okay. The incarnate forms, though. Or sorry, the Therians. Let me just put them all together before I start ranking them. This one I don't like as much, but I still kind of dig it. I think it's A. I think it's solid. This is an S tier sprite. I just love it. I think Thunderous Therian looks sick as hell. I love the paws. Okay, so hold on. Because I think these are supposed to be based off, like, the 4 gods. Especially when they added Enamorous later. Because I think Enamorous... Because Enamorous, I think, is like the snake. Or like the turtle with like the weird tail. So Enamorous would be Genbu. The paws have got to be Byakko. Suzaku. That's not Seiryu. Because none of these are really a dragon, though. Hold up. Let me look at Enamorous Therian real quick. Enamorous Therian. No, that is 100% Genbu. Like, 100% that's Genbu. So, I don't know. Maybe the all 4 is like, this is supposed to be Byakko, and this is Seiryu, but it doesn't super look like a dragon. I don't know. I guess so. Anyways, but to my point, I think Bird looks okay. I think if it was like your wings outstretched, this would be like an S tier sprite. This thing I think looks really cool, and I'm going to be honest, I have watched so many videos about competitive Pokemon, and I just see this thing everywhere. It's just become an iconic sprite to me. You get to go and ask, buddy. Okay. I was like, did I drop Kyurem off? Okay, here's Kyurem. So, regular Reshiram, regular Zek, and then... I guess we'll just kind of do it mode by mode. So regular Reshi and Zek. I think Zek can go with Swadloon and the boys. I'm going to put Reshi in S. No, A+. No, S. I really love the way Reshiram looks. I picked Pokemon Blacks. I don't know why I added an S. But I picked Black specifically because I just love this thing. I think there's a lot of elegance in Reshiram's design. I think it's super neat. This, however, the extra fire, like, this is a cooler version of this. So it also should go here. Look at this. Look at how sick this looks. Oh, damn. Oh, it looks so cool. Like the shiny Umbreon color scheme is actually amazing. Okay, here's what we gotta do. We should have done this a while ago. Because I think a lot of these, I made an S+, I forgot to do a double F. I think this is cooler than this. This is cooler than this. I don't know. Maybe I should still put it up in double S because I really like it. But I think that works. Okay. So Kyurem Black and Kyurem White. White has that like Swadloon and the boys kind of energy. Kyurem Black actually just looks really sick. However, Pyram Black with the like wires, I think looks less cool because it almost looks like it's like being constrained rather than like it's like a live wire going nuts to me. So I think it looks less cool. So this one goes to the boys. This one goes into double S because like the everything being on fire looks sick as hell, kind of like this, but I think it looks slightly cooler than this. Regular Kyurem is kind of boring to me. No, there's kind of a thing going on. Lil Pup, you're not gonna go with Swadloon in the. Oh my gosh, no! Y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop this. This nonsense. You can go with Swadloon and the boys. You've at least got like kind of a neat angle, and I don't know. The movie was really cool. Okay, speaking of Keldeo. Okay, so we've got Friendship is Magic D'Artagnan. We got Twilight Sparkle D'Artagnan. I kind of really like Keldeo. Like, I genuinely really like this thing. I think I like its sprites kind of evenly. Like, this one has more going on, and it's cool, but it's maybe slightly too much going on. This, I think I prefer this. This is up here for kind of the same reason as this guy. Like, I have seen this sprite so often. I gotta give it kind of respect. It's become iconic to me. I'm only gonna rate one Genesect. Genesect gets to go with Swadloon and the boys. That is like the exact vibe we're going for in this tier. So we'll end with Meloetta. Honestly, these are both really cute. I like them a lot. That's cute. That's precious. This is also cute and precious. They're both like mid dancing. Like this looks like mid. This looks like more of a dancer. This looks like a bit more of a singer. And I think that's just kind of neat. I don't know. I almost want to move them up. So I think I will. Not you, Whimsicott. Although you're neat. I like you. I don't remember Dex order. I might have messed that one up for Whimsicott. And like I said, the other Genesect forms, they're going unranked. No, you get to stay there because you're gross and I don't like you. You know what? You guys don't belong in masculine and unpheasant range. Okay, I'm gonna move Mana up slightly because I really like its coloring. And I think I'm gonna move Marshana up just a little bit because of the extra like stuff it's got going on. I feel like this thing a lot. I'm gonna move it up. Not to the boys, but I'm gonna give you like an A plus. Put you here. That feels kind of accurate to Dex order. It's probably not, but that's good enough for me. Okay, so I think that's it. So in that case, I have ranked everything in Gens 1 through 3. In Gen 4, I was a little bit more selective, but I believe I did rank every individual sprite. And here for Gen 5, like I said, I'm like, look, I feel like every sprite for the Gens 1 through 4 Pokemon we're seeing in another game. And I just did all the ones for Gen 5, and like these are just Ditto sprites, so they don't count. So that's it. Will I inevitably do a tier list for every Pokemon? Quite possibly. I might do one of like I might do it by type. I don't know. Because I would want to rank. I think what I would love to rank every Pokemon, but I want to rank like the alternate forms as well, the mega forms, like G-Max forms, all that stuff. So if I could find a true like everyone is here list, that would be super neat. Because when I was looking for this, I had found tier lists. They were like, okay, here's like all the Gen 5 sprites and fan-made sprites for for everything else. But it wasn't quite up to date because it didn't have the megas from ZA. But it had like up to Pesharunt. If I could find one, because like I'm not gonna rank the 3 Pokemon we've seen so far in Gen 10, but if I could get Bulbasaur to Pesharunt plus Alolan forms, Megas, G-Max forms, and like all the like Alola, Galarian, Hisui. Am I missing one? Possibly. Oh yeah, Paldean forms. If I could find something that had all of that, I would probably try to do it. I might take a couple shifts, but that's gonna be it for now. If you did watch this, thank you. If you watched any of these, thank you. If you know if there is a tier list that does have everything and it's up to date, please let me know. With that, I will see you later. Take care.